The warmth illusion. You walk into a store. Before you can even glance at the products, someone greets you with a smile so bright it could power a small village. "Hey there, how's your day going?" You respond instinctively. You're polite. You match their energy. Boom. You've just entered the warmth trap. This isn't friendliness. It's the opening scene of a psychological play. Salespeople know that the human brain drops its guard when it senses warmth. A friendly tone triggers oxytocin, the trust chemical, the same one that fires when you hug a friend. And once that chemical hits, logic takes the back seat. Now you're not facing a salesperson. You're facing someone nice. You stop thinking, "they want my money," and start thinking, "they're helping me." That's the first step in the manipulation, turning a transaction into a relationship. Every buddy, champ, or boss is a linguistic crowbar opening your wallet a little wider. You're not buying the product, you're buying the feeling of connection. The tactic deepens with mimicry. Subtle matching of your tone, posture, even your breathing rhythm. It's called mirroring. Humans subconsciously trust people who seem like them. A good salesperson can mirror you so seamlessly you'll think, "We just clicked." You didn't click. You got profiled. When warmth is genuine, it's rare and human. But in a sales setting, it's engineered empathy. They study you like a character in a script, how you walk, how you respond, and perform friendliness at scale. That's why you walk out with a product you weren't planning to buy, thinking, "Well, at least they were so nice." No, they were effective. The foot in the door. You're walking past a kiosk. "Hey, can I just ask you one quick question?" they say. You stop. They show you a sample, ask for your opinion, hand you something to try. Congratulations. You've stepped into one of the oldest traps in persuasion, the foot in the door technique. It starts with something tiny, harmless, and free. A taste, a trial, a quick demo. The psychology is simple. Once you've said yes once, you're statistically more likely to say yes again. Your brain hates inconsistency. Once you agree to something small, you subconsciously align your behavior with that first yes. "I already gave them a minute. I might as well listen to the rest." That's not logic. That's commitment bias. And salespeople weaponize it. Every just a second request is actually a ladder. The first step is free, the next one costs you money. Then comes escalation. You're no longer being asked, you're being guided. You like that sample, right? Here's the full version, 20% off today. You think you're deciding, you're not. You're following a breadcrumb trail of your own prior decisions. Each yes locks you deeper into a loop. What makes it sinister is how invisible it feels. No pressure, no aggression, just a soft glide from curiosity to purchase. You feel in control, but that's the genius of it. Manipulation that feels like choice is the most powerful kind. The scarcity script. A salesperson leans in. "This is our last piece." Your pulse quickens. You didn't even want it that badly 10 seconds ago, but now it feels like destiny. The scarcity script has been activated. It's not about the product, it's about panic. Humans evolved in a world where resources were truly limited. Miss out on the fruit today, you might go hungry tomorrow. So, scarcity signals urgency, and urgency kills reason. Salespeople know this. That's why phrases like "only a few left," "offer ends tonight," or "someone else just asked about this" exist. They're not informative, they're adrenaline triggers. Scarcity flips your decision-making from deliberate to impulsive. You stop evaluating, start protecting. It's survival mode, inside a shopping mall. The brilliance is that scarcity doesn't need to be real. A salesperson can create the illusion of competition. Another couple's coming back for this one. You don't know if that couple exists, but your brain doesn't fact-check under pressure. It just screams, "Buy it before they do." Even luxury brands rely on this. Limited edition, exclusive drop, waitlist only. The goal isn't to limit access, it's to amplify desire. When something seems rare, it becomes valuable, even if it's mass-produced in a warehouse the size of a football field. The authority trap. You're at a dealership. The salesperson introduces themselves as a senior consultant. They drop words like industry standards, manufacturer certifications, or preferred supplier. Instantly, you feel out of your depth. They seem to know what they're talking about, and you don't. That's the authority trap, the manipulation of expertise. Humans are wired to defer to authority. It's how we survived, following the tribe's elder, the healer, the hunter. But modern salespeople wear authority like armor. Badges, titles, uniforms, jargon, all designed to trigger compliance. When someone sounds confident and knowledgeable, your brain assumes they're right. And when they act like an expert, you stop questioning. Authority bias is sneaky because it doesn't feel like manipulation. It feels like respect. You're not buying from a stranger. You're following advice from an expert. That word alone disarms skepticism. Add in props, clipboards, charts, certifications on the wall, and you're cooked. It's theater, and you're the audience. Then comes the kicker, fake transparency. Honestly, between us, I'd go for the premium model. It's a bit pricier, but it's the best value long-term. They sound like they're breaking the script, confiding in you. But that's still the script. It's the illusion of insider knowledge, a shortcut to trust. The reciprocity trick. You're walking through a mall when someone hands you a free sample. A sip of juice, a bite of cookie, a tiny packet of lotion. You smile, thank them, and walk on, but something shifts. You feel a faint, irrational pull to return the favor. That's reciprocity, one of the most powerful manipulation tools in existence. Humans are wired to repay kindness. In the wild, reciprocity kept tribes alive. In sales, it keeps cash registers ringing. The moment someone gives you something, even something worthless, you feel indebted. They gave me a sample, I should at least listen to the pitch. That's not manners. That's evolutionary programming being hijacked. The salesperson doesn't need you to love the product. They just need you to feel that microdose of guilt that says, be fair. Then comes escalation. Let me throw in a free accessory if you buy today. You think, wow, that's generous. It's not. It's bait. You're not saving money. You're being nudged toward a decision. The gift wasn't generosity. It was leverage. Every bonus is a psychological handshake saying, now you owe me. The trick works best when it feels personal. I'll give you an extra discount because I like you. That line lights up the reciprocity center in your brain like fireworks. You think you're special. You're not. You're predictable. The favor is scripted, tested, and optimized to make you say yes. The price framing illusion. You walk into a store and see three options: a basic model for $99, a premium one for $499, and a best value version right in the middle for $249. You feel clever choosing the middle one. It's not too cheap, not too expensive, just right. That satisfaction? That's the manipulation working perfectly. It's called price framing. Price framing is the art of designing comparison, not choice. Salespeople and entire marketing teams strategically position prices to steer you toward the option that makes them the most profit. The high-priced item isn't there to be sold, it's there to make everything else look affordable. You think you're avoiding extremes. You're landing exactly where they want you. It's an illusion of balance. Humans crave moderation. The middle feels safe, rational. So, when the expensive anchor is visible, your brain automatically recalibrates what reasonable means. Suddenly, $249 feels smart, even though it's twice what you intended to spend. You didn't resist temptation. You rationalized it. Salespeople love to sweeten the frame. Normally $399, but for you, just $249. It's not generosity, it's anchoring. They raise the fake baseline so the deal feels dramatic. Your brain locks onto the first number, then perceives the discount as a win. Spoiler, you're still overpaying. Emotional anchoring. You're in a showroom. The salesperson starts talking about memories, family, comfort, freedom, not horsepower or warranties. They paint pictures, not prices. Imagine driving this on a weekend with your kids. Windows down, music on. You're no longer buying a car. You're buying a feeling. That's emotional anchoring, when salespeople tie a product to your deepest personal desires. It's a masterstroke of manipulation because it bypasses logic completely. The decision center of your brain doesn't activate through data, it activates through emotion. Salespeople know that. That's why they don't sell insurance. They sell safety. They don't sell a sofa. They sell the idea of peace at home. The product becomes secondary. The emotion becomes the hook. They start by asking questions. What matters most to you? What kind of lifestyle are you aiming for? You think they're being thoughtful. In reality, they're data mining your emotional triggers. Once they find them, love, security, pride, and belonging, they anchor their pitch around them. Every objection you make, they'll steer back to that core feeling. The worst part? It feels authentic. You think you're connecting. You think they understand you. But that's the goal, to make manipulation feel like empathy. Every warm smile, Every "I get it" is a mirror reflecting your emotions back at you, just enough to make you trust the reflection. The false choice illusion. A salesperson smiles and says, "Would you prefer the silver model or the black one?" It feels casual. It feels like freedom. It's not. You've just entered the false choice illusion, one of the most subtle yet devastating tactics in the sales arsenal. The trick? They never ask if you want it. They ask which one you want. This technique shifts your brain from evaluation mode to selection mode. Instead of asking, "Should I buy this?" you start asking, "Which version should I buy?" The decision to purchase is already assumed, silently agreed upon. You're negotiating details while your money quietly walks out the door. It's used everywhere. Would you like to pay in full or monthly? Do you want the protection plan or just the standard warranty? Notice the phrasing. It doesn't allow for no. It compresses your choices into a box designed to benefit one side, theirs. You're choosing the flavor of the trap, not the escape from it. Psychologically, this works because humans crave autonomy. We hate being told what to do, but we love feeling in control.